Not really. I don't know the details except for that little bit I read. It can only move a quarter inch or something. Probably would have been easier just to say you have to run mono balls every week. Probably would have been easier, but I don't know. It probably won't change a lot. Everybody was kind of on what they were doing anyway. I mean, for me, it might make it better because it didn't seem like we had it quite nailed down, maybe like the other guys did.
Well, I think you mentioned clarification. I think NASCAR made it known that they're just putting parameters on what's going on, so there is no change. It's just what it is and what it has been. And if there are rule changes, we'll adjust and do our best job. There's been a lot of discussion about it, but to add to the conversation, a lot of people are focused and think that it's just Hendrick or just big teams that have been working in this area. I was in a conversation with Phil Parsons last week. Smaller team, they've been doing this for a while. They've adjusted. They have been working on the rule book to get to this point too. So the field migrates quickly in certain directions, and I think NASCAR is just making sure that people understand the parameters so that they can regulate in post-race and find ways to make sure no one's going above and beyond.
I don't know. That's tough to judge. I don't think there's anyone that has a complete picture of everything that's transpired over the last 3 to 4 months. I'm hesitant to talk any more about it because it goes back to the perception that I've stated before, that most people have who follow the sport, that stock cars are all the same. And that's a healthy perception in some ways, and it's an unhealthy perception in other ways, because when you go through a rough stretch like we just talked about, whether it be Carl or somebody else, everyone looks at you and says, well, you quit wanting to drive or you lost all your talent. No, that's not what happened. And I think with my team, I feel like we're performing at a very high level with the things that we control and that we believe in. And, that process for, allowing those parts to be ran was not one that I think we were really comfortable with or happy with how it played out. I don't think that we've seen the last of how that's all going to play out. And like anything else, I equate it to, perhaps the NBA, where, you can make a rule saying that, traveling is illegal, but, it's how it's enforced that really matters. And if it's enforced on LeBron or not on LeBron and on everyone else, it makes for a different game. So I think the real challenge is how things are enforced, not necessarily what's wrote down on paper, because that's what the rules are. The rules are what's enforced, not what's wrote on paper.